The purpose of this demonstration is to illustrate our brand new Curation Map feature that we've added to the newest version of School eLockers. So in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to quickly create a new shared eLocker. We'll make this an eLocker for my English class, and I'm going to set a couple of simple access rights for the purpose of this demonstration. I don't need a drop folder, for example. I'll just press save and I'm done. So I've just created a new eLocker. And as you would expect, at the moment there's nothing in it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a new curation map. So to do this, I'll start by creating a couple of folders. So I'll start off with general English resources, and I intend to use this for term 1. And I'm actually going to use this curation map as a way to structure my content for the lessons that I want to deliver to the students. So I'm actually just going to lay out a couple of simple folders here for each week. And I might also have a simple folder here, general reading resources, for example. Okay, that'll do for now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lay out the curation map itself. Okay, so and you'll notice when as I lay this out, it's a very simple drag and drop interface. And I'm going to actually define a workflow as well. So what I can do is I can say that I'd like all of my resources to flow from general resources into term 1, and then from term 1 I can allocate them to folders within each of the weeks. And I might also allocate a flow directly from general resources to the reading resources. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set some simple parameters. For example, any item that I have enter or be copied into this folder, I would like to have the tag 2014 and the tag English. Likewise here I might assign a tag, for example, week 1. And over here maybe a tag something along the lines of eBooks. Okay, that'll do for the purpose of this demo. So I'll save that. Now if we go and take a look at the eLocker, you'll see that it's now got a number of folders in here. And if I go and actually look at the general English resources folder, to show this off, I'm going to add a number of assets or resources. So let me just grab some things and we'll upload them to the eLocker. So one of the great advantages of this is the ability to quickly and simply sort content. So as I'm adding items to this particular folder, it's actually inheriting tags, which I'll demonstrate in a minute. And you'll see that each of the items then can be searched and retrieved based on the tags. It's also inheriting the color of the folder, which can be quite useful when searching and finding items later as a quick visual guide for where things are stored and allocated. So we're just about finished with the upload. Okay, so as you can see, there's a whole range of resources and items that are now inside this eLocker in the folder General English Resources. So you see I've got a few things there. Now I can actually allocate them and decide where I want to put them. So you'll notice when I click an item, there's a new option here which is actually indicating where I can move these items based on their workflow. So in this case, this is an ebook on Alice in Wonderland, so I'm going to use that and store that in general reading resources, for example. Now, and you'll notice that when it's finished, it's actually the item has disappeared because it's physically moved from one folder to another. What I'm going to do just quickly, I'm going to select all of these items and I'm going to use these in term 1. So we'll move them across to term 1. A great feature of curation maps is I can actually use the curation map as a way to navigate through my folder hierarchy. So as you can see here, this is the folder hierarchy that I laid out. So if I click on term 1, it'll take me directly through to term 1. So now when I go and look at the items, in this case what I'd like to do is I'd like to assign a number of items for the students to work on for week 1. So for example, I might say, okay kids, here's an ebook, here's a PDF, here's a number of things that I'd like you to do, respond to and send back to me. So I'm going to allocate those to week 1, and they've moved automatically, as you'll see in a minute, to the relevant space. So one great feature of this is that now, as I mentioned, when you come to search and look for items inside an eLocker, you'll notice that it's creating a tag cloud for me automatically. So if I click English, you'll see it's basically going to show me every item that I've moved into that folder for English. The other nice thing about this is you may notice that the background colours of some of the items has changed, and again that's based on where those items have finished up being filed. So from a student's perspective, when they log in, they can navigate through to the relevant folder, or in this case they could simply click week 1 tag and it'll show them instantly all of the work that they need to do to respond to the teacher for week 1. So Curation Maps provides a very quick, simple way to organise and curate content, store it, set up a hierarchy and a workflow, and also to set up a very simple structure for tagging items as they move from one place to another. Thanks very much for listening.